of us have experienced water and mold damage, and if you find yourself in this unfortunate situation, never fear, because the folks sitting right next to me from True North Restoration of Iowa are here. Thank you so much. This is Katie Hillier and Eric Scovard. You're the co-owners of True North Restoration. So tell us, what is True North Restoration?
Yeah, so True North Restoration is a damage remediation company. So anytime someone has any type of damage really to their home, whether it's water, fire, mold, we come in and we help get their home back to a clean, safe, healthy condition.
Now, how did you guys get this started? Did you have experience?
Well, I just had to laugh. I was kind of hoping there was going to be some rain in the forecast.
Yeah,
but,
not till next week, right?
Yeah. We got started, we both had been in the corporate world before, and Katie had worked at the University of Northern Iowa, and I had worked for a bank for a long time, and we wanted to start our own business. So we took a look at a lot of different industries, and we just fell in love. We fell in love with True North Restoration, which is a national franchise. The owners were great people, and we enjoyed meeting them. And as we started to look at the business of doing something hands-on and really helping people, it's so rewarding when we walk in and everything's a mess, whether it's water or mold or sewer or whatever, on their worst day. And then we get to fix all of that, and we walk away and things are clean and nice and their lives are restored. It's just really rewarding, and so we enjoy that.
Yeah.
So, and of course, here in Iowa and Cedar Rapids, we know about, flood, water, mold damage. Why is it so important to hire a professional? Because some people think, oh, hey, a little bleach, shot back, I can do it myself.
Yep.
Probably not the best idea.
Right, so we're Iowans, and a lot of times we like to kind of roll up our sleeves and do things ourselves. And so we have a lot of people who think that, yeah, I can just DIY this, I can take care of it. But when it comes to water damage, a lot of time there's more damage than you can see or feel, right? So we use a lot of high-grade moisture meters, thermal imaging cameras, different tools that can help us determine where the water is, sometimes where it came from, and we monitor the drying process throughout the whole project.
Okay.
So it's usually a 3-4 day process. Our equipment, our dehumidifiers are much bigger and more powerful than like your home one that you might have.
Your little fan that you use, that's
exactly.
not gonna work.
Same thing. We call them air movers. So the equipment makes a difference, but it's also really the expertise. Our goal when you have water damage is always to prevent secondary damage. So we want to dry that as quickly as possible and prevent any type of structural damage to your home or mold growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once it gets out of control, and you won't know it until it's kind of too late, correct?
Yeah, so we see that a lot. We have customers who call us who think they've got some mold, and they know that they had previous water damage. They know that they had water in their basement, or maybe a pipe broke and they thought that they got it dried out enough, and now they either see visible signs of mold growth, they smell it, so that musty smell that we all kind of know, or sometimes they even are starting to have health effects and think that mold, or maybe a medical professional has suggested that they look into seeing if they have mold in their home.
I think a lot of times that musty basement smell, especially in older homes, we just kind of think it comes with the home, but that's probably not the case. There could be some damage that needs to be looked at.
Yeah, and it's all about moisture control.
Right.
So we heard on the weather talking about the humidity is increasing, the temperature is increasing. Those are really 2 ingredients for mold to thrive.
Yep. And you're very community oriented too, is that correct? Because you're located, you started in the Cedar Falls area, correct? But you've kind of branched out as well.
Yeah, so we have a Cedar Falls location and Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, we opened up our Cedar Rapids locations in January. And so we've hired a couple people, and that's really important to us. As we started our own company, we really wanted to focus on hiring really good people, because great people then provide great service and have the expertise to take care of customers. But then also the work that these people do, it's often tough. It's in tough situations. They're in full respirators and Tyvek suits and everything. We want to reward them and take good care of them. So where we try and position ourselves as great people, take great care of them, and then provide amazing service to our customers. So.
Yeah, bringing peace of mind to people, that's kind of what your philosophy is, right? That's very important to you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What is too small, I guess I should say? Sometimes you just have a little leak where, my toilet was leaking and there's, water all over, or there's a huge, my we had a flood. So, like, what is it too small of a job, or is there such
Honestly,
a thing?
I don't know if there's anything that's too small. One of the
Yeah.
most important things, too, is that the homeowner stop the water source.
Okay.
So we try to help them with that. So in your example of a toilet leaking, you're going to need to bring in a plumber, right? Let's
Right.
get that toilet fixed. But it might even just be a matter of a couple pieces of drying equipment set for a couple days to really get that fully dry, versus the slow leak that happens over time that you don't realize you have until a couple years down the road. And again, you've got some sort of structural damage to your home or mold growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes those small ones can actually be a bigger deal because you don't realize how bad it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, and we see a lot people, and when Spencer had their floods last summer, we went and helped on that, and like Katie said, a lot of hardworking Iowans. You know, we can do it ourselves. Get the shop vac out, and we got it. So what happens is you get the plastics, the surface, the top, whether it's wood or the drywall, and it feels dry, but then underneath there's a layer of water. So anytime you have any kind of water, you need to get everything properly dried. Otherwise, what happens? You might be okay in the winter months in Iowa, but then spring and summer and the heat and the humidity, all of a sudden you start to smell something kind of funky. And we've gotten a lot of calls from Spencer on, hey, we didn't have you guys come out, but something stinks. And it's like, well, yeah, you didn't do it the right way, you know? So
Why it's
let us come
important to-
help you.
Yeah, important to hire a professional.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where can people contact you and get more information?
Yeah, our phone number is 319-220-3228. We have someone who answers that 24/7.
Okay.
And that phone number really is answered for both our Cedar Rapids and Cedar Falls locations.
Okay.
And our website is iowa.gotruenorth.com.
Okay. Thank you both for being here today. I know,
Thank you for
because,
having me.
you know, Cedar Rapids, we've had 2 floods here, and yeah, it might be dry right now, but you never know.
Yeah,
We're ready.
exactly. Thank you.